Will private schools define the future of the U.S.? Are public schools not up to the task? On Jeffrey Botkin's CD, America's Social Engineers and What They Designed, he offers some interesting data. American trades of all sorts were booming in the early 1900s. It truly was a time for enlightenment and advance. Literacy in the common class was an average of 94%. It was then that a group of Marxist professors from Columbia University decided to change the future of this nation by implementing a new idea, the idea of a public school system. Here's some research which does support the opinion that private schools will define the future of the U.S. In a report titled Private Schools, A Brief Portrait, the U.S. Department of Education had this to say about the academic performance of private schools. First, private school students generally outperform their public school counterparts on standardized achievement tests. Second, private high schools typically have more demanding graduation requirements than do public high schools. Third, private school graduates are more likely than their peers from public school to have completed advanced level courses in 3 subject areas. And fourth, private schoolers are more likely than public schoolers to complete a bachelor's or advanced degree by their mid-20s. Here's some research which does not support the opinion that private schools will define the future of the U.S. First, private schools generally require a much more expensive tuition fee than do standard public schools. Second, public schools are more convenient than private schools to many families due to travel time required in order to attend. Third, a mode of transportation for current students is not provided at all private schools. I believe that private schools will define the future. On December 3rd, 2013, Bill Chappell posted these statistics on NPR.org from a study of the public schools of the world. He reports, in mathematics, 29 nations and other jurisdictions outperformed the U.S. by a statistically significant margin, up from 23 years ago, reports Education Week. In science, 22 educations scored above the U.S. average in 2009. I believe that every parent wants an extraordinary child. However, they are turning this child's education over to a below average system. However, there is an alternative. A private school. Now you may ask, what exactly is a private school? Well, according to Merriam-Webster's Dictionary of the U.S., a private school is any school which is not funded by the government and is run by private individuals. According to this definition, a school in the home, as well as one which is operated by private funds, may be considered a private school. John Taylor Gatto, a reformed school teacher, has realized a crucial fact about the American public school system. He quotes, "I've come to believe that genius is an exceedingly common human quality, probably natural to most of us. I began to wonder, reluctantly, whether it was possible that it was being in school itself that was dumbing us down. Was it possible I had been hired not to enlarge children's powers, but to diminish it? This seemed crazy on the face of it, but slowly I began to realize that the bells, the confinement, the crazy sequences, the age segregation, the lack of privacy, the constant surveillance, and all the rest of national curriculum was set as if someone had set out to prevent children from learning to think and act, and to coax them into addiction and dependent behavior. This may indeed be the case, for before the public school system was christened, the American public's literacy was, as before stated, above 94%. After it was implanted into this nation, that mark never again reached 80%. It's hard to get excited about standing still while others around you are improving. Jack Buckley, commissioner for the National Center for Education Statistics, told the Associated Press. He then added, the U.S. has grown too accustomed to leading the world in knowledge that may have lost its edge. And education should help cultivate the power to think. It should help all people have a desire to shoot for the stars, to face the big challenges and unknown things head on, Einsteins, Galileos, and Da Vinci's. If we truly had a superior education and an unbelievable desire to face the impossible and say, bring it on, should we not also have an exceeding amount of geniuses in this nation? Should we not be leading the way? Robert Goddard, the father for modern rocketry, has a few things to say when it comes to shooting for the stars. He quotes, "It is difficult to say what is impossible, for the dream of yesterday is the hope of today and the reality of tomorrow. Every vision is a joke until the first man accomplishes it. Once realized, it becomes commonplace." So, I ask you, will private schools define the future of the U.S.? I say yes. What do you say? Thank you.